Well, good Sunday morning, everyone. Meteorologist Michael Wilhite here with a quick update for you on this beautiful Sunday morning, October the 12th, 2014. We are sponsored today by Metal Magic in Washington. You can give Chad a call at 698-8555 for all of your paintless tint repair needs. Folks, they do a fantastic job. They are PDR Nation certified. Give them a call and tell them that Southern Indiana Weather sent you. All right, folks, as I said yesterday in the video and through some various updates throughout the day, we are under a slight risk for severe weather on Monday. Today doesn't look like a bad day at all. We may see a little bit of storm activity, but by and large the strongest chance for severe thunderstorms will be tomorrow, and it is not an overly strong threat for us at this point. I'll explain why in just a minute here. Slight risk extends through a good portion of the area here. If I just go ahead and take this off, we'll put the probabilities on. You can see it is a low end slight. The upper end 30% slight risk doesn't start until you get down here just out of the state of Indiana, and really more here into southern Illinois, western Kentucky. Points on to the south, the risk for significant event does cross just a little bit here into Indiana, and by significant, what they mean is winds in excess of 70 miles per hour possible. So that encroaches on us just a little bit, but by and large, it's just a general old slight risk for most of us in the area. Now, here's what the Storm Prediction Center's probability charts sort of all overlaid looks like. You may see these posted on the internet. And again, just a slight risk for all of us. Now, let's check it out on future radar, and I'll show you exactly why I don't think this is going to be as big of a risk as what it once seemed. Yesterday, the modeling was kind of fussy about the time and had it going back and forth. I think the thing is going to move through too late for us in order to get a whole lot of action here. Let me show you why. First, let's just go ahead and put future radar into motion. Here we are through the early hours here on Sunday. By this afternoon, we see a few thunderstorms could start to pop up in the area. Again, it's not a huge threat today. I think I've went with a 50% chance of rain. So a lot of us will stay dry. A few of us will get some showers and thunderstorms today. Not a huge washout by any means. A good amount of thunderstorms move through on Monday in the early day, as you can see. And look for Monday to be a pretty cloudy day from the way things look right here. By Monday afternoon, take a look at this setup. You've got a pretty potent squall line forming to our west. South looks like it's going to get absolutely hammered with this, but notice the northern extent of that squall line just about into our area. Now, as I continue to put this into motion, sort of watch what this does. Here's by 8 o'clock, and yes, the south is getting hammered. In fact, they've even got some pre-squall line activity, prefrontal activity here going on, and they'll have to really watch out for some severe weather with that going on down to the south. As we advance in time, though, take a look how the line just starts to act. Here we are by 11 p.m. at night. By 2 a.m., Eastern time in the morning, it's just starting to move through, and you can see by the late hour that it takes us through, the line starts to fall apart. Well, obviously, the line is going to start to fall apart. It's during the overnight hours. So, again, backing that up and putting it into motion here, very strong squall line, but then once it gets to our area, it's just like the thing falls apart. Have we not seen that a dozen times around here in our area? Good wind energy for tomorrow evening. In fact, we've got a 60 knot plus low-level jet over us in place, so the wind energy is certainly there, but instability is just not there. In fact, the instability factor in this, we're looking at maybe only 200 or 300 units of instability by the time this line would roll through. That's almost negligible instability, and sometimes that can be overcome with extremely high wind energy. We'll just have to see. But I think what you're going to see tomorrow night is something that I warned in my video yesterday, and that is how severe this ends up getting down here could rob the northern section of this line in our area of energy, and that is what it is looking like at this point. Robbed of all energy because of what's going on down to the south and the late hour approaching. So does that mean we need to let our guard down? Absolutely not. This still could be, the models could still turn around, and this could be potentially a dangerous line. So we'll keep an eye on it and see, but we don't want to overhype it really at this point. Now, beyond this, we are still looking for a major cool down. Typhoon Vongfong, which I've been talking about for a few days now, around the 20th and onward is going to be a major factor on our weather. You can see that here. We're looking at the mid-level jet stream. All right, watch how the dip takes in the jet stream here. By the time we get close to the 20th, watch how it's just going to go down straight from the north. Here you go. There it is. and that'll lead to some showers and thunderstorms potentially early on the 20th, but then by the 21st, once that little wave of energy is starting to move off, and we are just caught here into a straight north flow. Our source region of air is coming straight down from Canada, really. So that you can imagine what that is going to do to our temperatures, folks. We are talking some very cool temperatures. In fact, the Euro model is suggesting some areas won't even make it out of the 40s in Indiana that day. Low 50s for us around here. Now, the GFS ensembles haven't quite caught on to this idea yet. The GFS ensembles are still seeing a pattern in the 60s. If I were to step back in time on this and show you what we showed you in the video yesterday, though, what you would see that this is significantly cooler than what it was yesterday. And I told you yesterday the models would start to cool down this time period. Just understanding how meteorology works, sometimes you can see things way before the models see them, and that's what I'm seeing. We will see some of these days start to cool down into the 50s, and I think that'll go in towards more what the Euro model is already catching on to at this point. Regardless, it is going to be cold in the extended period. Here's 10-day forecast. Go to southernindianaweather.com, click on 10-day, and you'll be able to get it. Going to about 68 today, cloudy day again, isolated showers until midday, then some scattered rain and some thunderstorms possibly in the afternoon and evening hours. Again, nothing severe expected today, and a lot of us will stay dry. It's just going to be a hit or miss kind of thing. We only go down to 61 under pretty cloudy skies tonight with more rain possible. We're going to warm to 77 tomorrow, though. That will be a big change compared to the 60s that we have seen lately, but that's because a warm front is going to move through. That will, of course, increase the risk for severe weather the warmer that we get. We'll be watching it closely, but with cloudy skies and the late hour that it moves through, we will see, again, a line of severe storms will be possible in the evening and early overnight hours. The timing of this line is going to depend on everything, so keep tuned here to Southern Indiana Weather on Facebook, on Twitter, and at southernindianaweather.com, and on our mobile app as well for that matter, for updates throughout the day on Monday. Then behind that front, after it moves through, we're going to 65 on Tuesday, down to 61 on Wednesday. We recover a little bit for there, but by the time we get into the end of the 10-day period, Fong Fong, that typhoon I've been telling you, keeps coming, and it looks by next Tuesday, a week from this Tuesday, we could be down into the low 50s, portions of the area even only into the upper 40s for a high. And folks, I've been saying this was going to come now for a couple of weeks, so you have been well prepared. All right. There's just a piece of weather information I thought was cool to pass on to you. This was actually in Seattle, Washington yesterday. Seattle doesn't get very many tornadoes, by the way. In fact, this is the first tornado warning that the National Weather Service in Seattle has issued for the Seattle area since 1969, 45 years without a tornado warning. In fact, in the Seattle National Weather Service coverage area, this is the first tornado warning they've issued since 1997, 17 years ago. So a very rare thing for them. That's just how messed up our weather has been lately, isn't it? What we usually get is off out to the west, and we keep missing out on it. Hopefully we'll miss out on it on Monday evening as well. We'll keep an eye on it, and we'll see. Don't forget, folks, we have a great mobile app that you can download as well. You can get it now going to Google Play. You can search for southernindianaweather.com. Here is Google Play pulled up for you. You can see some screenshots, and folks, it is a great little app. This is an update to the old app that we have, so you'll need to delete the old app off your phone and update to this new one. Folks, this one is a much improved app. I think you'll like it. So if you're on an Android user, make sure you go and download that. It has been submitted to Apple, folks, so the iPhone lovers, folks, it'll be out there for you soon. Apple's just usually pretty slow about getting apps submitted to their store out online, but hopefully within the next couple of weeks that will be coming. All right, folks, that is it for this video update. Hope you have a great Sunday afternoon. I'm meteorologist Michael Wilhite for Southern Indiana Weather. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.